Washington updated this?
Yes, sir, every half hour.
And the phone line is still open?
So far, Mr. Rooney. If it fails, we can switch to satellite, provided we have power here.
They haven't pinpointed where Mikos is yet, have they?
No, that sort of thing takes time, and time is one luxury we just can't afford.
Is it possible he could be bluffing? I mean, this threat to freeze poor Charles solid.
No, Mikos does not bluff, period. From our profile on him, I'm sure he's enjoying all this, announcing to the world he's going to freeze this entire city unless the whole world capitulates.
I think we better wake Steve.
Oh, no, please. He's been up for 24 hours. He needs a little rest now.
He'll want to know we're not making any progress, Audrey.
There's still time before the deadline. Besides, he'll be needed more when the real emergencies begin.
Mr. Rooney, what's the situation on keeping this hospital functioning?
Well, I just consulted with the chief engineer about that. As far as heat is concerned, we're using auxiliary fuel right now. He's going to compute how much we have left and check with me.
And what about power for other uses, lights, for example?
And the equipment for the ORs and the intensive care units.
Well, there we know exactly where we stand. If the power fails, we'll switch to the emergency generators. They run on oil.
How long will they last?
Exactly 6 hours. After that? Well, after that, the hospital will be in total darkness with no power for any of the equipment. In short, disaster.
Including no way to stay in touch with Washington.
Not if your satellite needs power.
Oh, damn that clock. I could swear time is crawling.
It's accurate to 20 seconds.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. Forgive me. You see, I can predict exactly how Mikos Cassadine is going to play his game.
How?
By waiting. One thing we can be sure of. We'll never hear from him again. Not until 0 hour.
Surely all of you can feel the excitement, the wonder of it. Mr. Scorpio, you've traveled extensively. Name a depressed area anywhere in the world, quickly.
Sandapur.
Ah, very good, Mr. Scorpio. Due north of Calcutta, quite near the Pakistan border.
9 kilometers to be precise.
Consider Santipur, if you will. Poverty, disease, starvation, pestilence, aching hunger. And I have the power to end all that forever. Now, do you begin to understand my exhilaration? An end to poverty and disease throughout the world.
With snow?
I beg your pardon?
The lady asked if you intend to change the world with snow, Mr. Cassadine.
You're toying with me, Mr. Spencer. The byproducts of carbonic snow are literally fantastic. It takes a superior mind even to imagine them. Remember something, young man. Remember it as long as you live.
That shouldn't be difficult.
The haves must share with the have-nots. That is the very foundation of my empire.
Interesting theory.
No, it's not a theory. It's fact.
It's also a fact that none of you know anything about have-nots. How many people in this room have ever been hungry?
Because he goes too far. No, Victor. Let him have his say. I'm intrigued by the way he thinks.
What I think, Mr. Cassadine, is that your dream is going to remain just that, a dream. Unless you convince the have-nots of the world that you have answers for them.
And you think I cannot do that?
You can't convince me. What makes you think you're going to convince the entire world?
Victor's right, Mikos. He should be silenced. How dare he challenge you? Because I enjoy a meeting of minds, Kaluga. So, you doubt me?
Doubt seems rampant, Mr. Cassadine. But if it'll make you feel better, I'd be happy to drink to it. Here's to a perfect world, which unfortunately my friends and I will not live to see.
You show remarkable poise, Mr. Spencer. Yes, and courage. I'm impressed.
It's not so impressive. Courage is a cinch when your life is over. May I go on?
Please, go ahead.
I have a proposition for you. Be cheap. Call it a dare.
Yes, we're eager to hear it.
It's very simple. Convince me, Mr. Cassadine. Convince me that you can create a perfect world.
Why? For the sake of your curiosity?
Curiosity of a dead man means nothing. No, I'm asking you to convince me. And if you can do that, speak to poor Charles. Put me on the line. I will talk to them. I will tell them that you mean good, not harm. I will tell them that your philosophy is sane and that it is important, and I will ask them to join you.
What are you saying?
I mean exactly what I say. Do we have a deal?
Dinner is served, sir.
Thank you, Albert. Shall we?
Thank goodness. I'm famished.
I say, so am I.
You'll find place cards, naturally. I think our first course is to be smoked salmon.
Scottish, I hope.
Oh, is there any other kind, Mr. Scorpio? And it'll be accompanied by a rather decent Pouillet Puissé, put down in Solutra in 1960. I think you'll approve.
Second, of course, to the Pouillet Puissé 64 put down in Burgess, I believe.
Are you a connoisseur as well, Miss Baldwin?
Hardly. Mikos.
Yes, Tiffany, my dear. Do you have a comment on the wine?
No, on the guns. Must we have them? I mean, it's extremely disconcerting for everyone.
I'm afraid they're a necessity this evening, my dear. The guns stay.
Oh, thank you. I do like salmon.
Oh, well then, by all means, eat heartily.
It has a distinctly sinister ring to it.
Your health, Mr. Spencer.
I'll drink to that.